So we got a pretty bold title on this video because we know a lot of you are trying to get rid of early extension. We're going to show you why you need early extension. So let's get on the same page first with what most golfers tell us they think early extension is.
Right.
All right, so let's get you address. Okay, so you've got an angle between your legs and your torso here. Okay. All right, let's go to backswing. All right, now let's early extend in the downswing. Okay, so you've increased this angle actually. You've straightened up, right, to make that early extension move, right? No one wants that.
Yeah, so my hips have moved toward the ball. The handle gets high. It's a kind of a classic early extension.
Both hips have early extended.
Right.
Okay, let's do the opposite now. Okay, so set up, backswing. Now let's decrease that angle by pushing your butt back, lowering your upper body. Okay, so this angle has decreased, right? So he's done the opposite of early extend with both hips. There's a problem with that. We never want both sides of the body doing the same thing.
Exactly. So I think the average...
At the same time.
At the same time. Each side of the body in the golf swing is doing the opposite thing at the same time, right? So, you know, if you're early extending now and your fix is to drive both hip joints back, that's not the fix.
That's not the fix.
It can make you worse.
Right. So let's go back and do that again. So let's go to address. Okay, we'll say this angle is whatever it is. We'll just use round numbers. We'll say it's 100 degrees at setup, okay? Let's go to the top of the swing. All right. That angle has now done the opposite of early extend, okay?
Right.
That angle has decreased. It's less than what it started on the trail side of the body. Your lead side has early extended. It's lengthened. That angle has gotten bigger as you've made a backswing turn.
Exactly right.
So both sides have done opposites.
Right. So as I turn, this side of my pelvis comes off the wall, let's say. And this side is into the wall very slightly just because of the way the hips are shaped or the pelvis is shaped.
Right. But that's not where most golfers are concerned with.
Right.
They should be.
They should be because a lot of people are doing it in the backswing. That's for another day.
They're early extending with both. Again, they're making pelvis do both things.
Exactly.
All right. So let's go to the top again.
Okay.
All right. Now coming down, this hip now is going to early extend as the trail starter. This side of the body is going to what would be called early extending. That angle is going to increase as the lead side now is doing the opposite.
So I think this is a perfect way to show this. Instead of driving both hips back, what you should be thinking about is the right one coming off the wall, right side of your rear end off the wall, and the left one now has the ability, just from the natural motion, to be on the wall back here.
Yes.
But you have to feel like you're early extending with your trail side here to make this happen.
Yes.
That's what allows the left side to get to the wall.
Right. So that's what the best players in the world do. Now, the other option, we see golfers doing this, okay, is to shove both hips back. The problem is we don't get rotation when that's happening. Or if we do, it's more of a where the sacrum goes back rotation.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, not something we see with great players. You can do that if if that's your option. You can do anything you want in the golf swing. We're just sharing with you what the best players in the world do who are able to rotate well without early extending.
Yeah, you don't want to be starting down and backing your hips up in any way. You just don't see it with the
in an effort to keep both hips back to start the downswing.
Exactly.
So one side of your body has to early extend in the downswing while the other side does the opposite. The same in the backswing. It's just on the opposite side of the body.
Yeah, and this is a better way to think about it.
Yes.
If you're in the mindset, oh, I'm going to not early extend, so you have this, I see people practicing this in their pre-shot routine, that's a major steepener. If I shove both hips back, that is a steepening motion, so you have to make some kind of contorted move here to get this club down to the ball, and it's just not natural. So if you can let this one, your trail side, be on the wall in the backswing, let it come off the wall on the downswing and your lead side on the wall, that's more of a natural movement, and it doesn't help you get the club or cause the club to get really steep.
It's conducive to rotation.
Exactly.
We've added golfers in their 70s quite a bit of rotation by just teaching them that both sides of the body doesn't do the same thing. When we walk, one leg's going back, one leg's going forward, right? We always are doing opposite movements on each side of the body. I think a lot of times it's simpler in our brains to think my hips go forward, so I'm just going to throw my hips back.
Yeah.
Your hips moving forward means you got half of it correct. The difference is the lead hip's got to go back while the trail hip goes forward in the downswing, and then vice versa in the backswing.
And 10,000 foot view, you still have to have the club in a good spot.
Right.
And we've talked about that before, but this is all things being equal. If you got this club in a pretty good spot and you're trying to shove your rear end back, that's killing the rotation in the swing, and also more than likely it's going to have you kind of backing up.
We've done a couple videos over the years on early extension, and we'll put the thumbnails up so you can go and watch them if you haven't, because they really focus on what the pelvis does in the body. And this kind of ties what the upper body's doing, right? Because that increasing that angle is what early extension is. If you just think about the pelvis, right? Most golfers, the overwhelming majority of golfers, early extend in the backswing. It's a backswing issue. On camera, though, from that classic down the line view, you see it mostly in the in the downswing when this hip is leaving the quote unquote wall.
Right.
But that has been set in motion in the backswing. So a lot of golfers are trying to fix early extension by early extending in the backswing and then somehow trying to put that horse back in the barn in the downswing, and they're giving up a massive ability to rotate.
And to move correctly.
To move correctly. And
unnatural.
it just stalls them up, and then, then they're working on other thing, and it never ends. So the concept, again, is to allow both sides to do opposite.
Absolutely.
Right? If you're early extending, you've got half of it correct. You just got to fix the other half that's not working right, depending on what part of the swing you're in. So we're going to show you in gears exactly how the best players in the world do. Then we'll come back, show you a drill to how to work on this yourself.